City Brief is the channel dedicated to covering the administration and activities of the Joburg City Council, providing essential, relevant and authentic content. Now available right here on your mobile phone.
Sabatin, it's really great to have you here on the show today to talk to us about your endeavor to become a counselor, ward counselor. Now, first and foremost, are you a Joburger?
And yes, I'm a Joburger. Fixed term in Johannesburg, 22 years. Before then, I was in boarding school. Folks shipped me out of the country. I went to Waterford in Swaziland. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the school, but it's got some great history, especially in the context of the history of our country. But yes, you know, as a Joburger as any, as you will find.
Now you're running as a DA candidate in the upcoming municipal elections. Why the investment?
I think it's investment is a great word, and I think that probably comes from really understanding what is required to actually participate just in the whole election process. A couple of years ago, you know, we were watching what was happening on national politics. We had a certain president, and a lot of us became couch politicians in terms of that's right, that shouldn't be happening, and it just came onto me that, you know what, someone has to do something. We can talk, but like someone actually has to do something, and so that's where the calling came from. That, you know what, I need to step up. And I wanted to step up, and there wasn't any direction to pursue. It was more like, you know what, let me do the next thing, and that is let me get involved in a party. I did my research, and from a value perspective, the DA matched my values, and started on the ground as an activist with absolutely no concern about, you know, a position or anything like that. In that space, eventually. One of the councillors who was about to resign, Werner Smith, he had a chat to me on the side, and he's like, you know what, this is what's happening in his life, and he's thinking that he would like to nominate me. Gave me some time to think about it, and from that engagement, you know, so I had to put my money where my mouth is, and absolutely, and that's where it came from, and you know, it's something that I'm fully committed to, and I think. It's also a platform to really plug into the Joburg ecosystem and to actually contribute to the system.
So for you, where's the benefit?
Personal benefit is, I did my honors in public finance. I wrote a paper on fiscal equivalence and non-equivalence in the federal system with absolutely no clue where that was going to go. So a couple of years later, so like now I'm actually within that space, like in terms of, you know, hopefully contributing to the Section 79. So like inertly, this is for me like the next step. In terms of, you know, I'd like to continue within the public space, and I think I've got a lot to contribute. So my benefit is actually, you know what, living the best life, serving my community, and also pursuing my own personal ambition in terms of, you know, I would, you know, I'm sure there's absolutely no time to do a master's, but I think there's enough data to gather over this process to actually eventually put something together for a master's. And from a business space, our communities have, you know, I mean, you're well aware of the unemployment rates that our communities face. The community I'll be serving specifically is probably the unemployment rates in those communities are off the charts, even with graduates. And so there's a gap to fill in, and in terms of from creating just platforms for engagement, You know, the Opportunity Center on 8th Avenue is a start, because that's bringing in government and the private sector to say, you know, if there are no opportunities, graduates, matric graduates can come through to the center and view those graduates. I'd like to plug into that opportunity as well and try and get more opportunities for young people in the community. So that's my self-interest, because those are the things that I'm passionate about.